I'm low-key faded, bro.
Highway.
Cowboys blood.
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Today it is Mock Draft Monday. Here we go. This is serious. All right. We've done 3 of these already. This scenario, we're going to look at what does the draft potentially shape out to be if we take a defensive end, an edge player, all right? So I want to see your mock draft in the comments, right? If you were to draft a defensive end, how would you shape the rest of your mock draft? Let me know. I want to see your mock drafts in the comments. All right, those are fun to see. Those who are able to follow instructions, shout out to you. I love it. I love intelligent conversations in the comments. And without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. 3-round mock draft. Going defensive end with the first pick. Here we go.
Round 1.
Shemar Stewart. All right. The edge rusher, the defensive end out of Texas A&M, the athletic superstar. All right, so this guy he rates his measurables and everything are off the chart, comparable to Myles Garrett. The only thing about him, the numbers were not Myles Garrett. So this pick, I tried to go. I tried to go with the kid out of Georgia, Williams. The 49ers took him right before me. So went Shemar Stewart, all right? So this is a little bit of a risky pick. You're kind of projecting this one here, projecting that he'll come in here with this staff. Now, what I do like about that is I think you do have a coach here who's able to elevate busty players, okay? So you look at Eberflus, he was able to get some stuff out of Solomon Thomas. There with the Colts, and then and then he's back here with Coach Eberflus here with the Cowboys on a 2-year deal, and he got something out of him here. You know what I'm saying? So I think Eberflus, he can get something out of a player like a Shemar Stewart. All right, but it is a projection. It is a big roll of the dice. You can end up with a monster defensive end, somebody who does project into the NFL and just lights it up statistically, or, we've kind of heard this story before with Taco Charlton, you know what I mean? That was a projection type of pick. Could you get burned there? So, but that's going to be the defensive end here in this scenario, going defensive end in the first round, Shemar Stewart. All right, let's go to the second round. Here we go.
Round 2.
Omar Norman Lott. All right, this is a name that a lot of you should get familiar with. He is a beast. All right. Oh, the defensive tackle is deep. I haven't heard of this guy and this and that. You need to follow up and check this guy out. I have him going here in the second. I don't know that he'll make it to the third. You might be able to sneak him there at the early part of the third, but Cowboys, just to make sure they get their guy, I think they get him here, because you look at your defensive class, you have all sorts. You have all sorts of defensive tackles here, right? And like I said in my previous mock draft, I think you got to go defensive tackle within these first 3 rounds. You know what I mean? Because the rotation as it sits right now is just not good. Who comes in and relieves Osa as a 3-tech? Who comes in and relieves Mozzie if he's in fact penciled in as the number 1? All right, so there's a lot of work to be done there at the defensive tackle position. So I think you got to address it here. Omar Norman Lott. He's a 3-tech. This guy brings pressure, has good statistics. Getting to the quarterback, tackle for loss, penetration into the backfield, sacking the quarterback. That's what you want out of your 3-tech. Powerful player, all right, out of Tennessee. So if you haven't seen him, you're seeing him here in this mock draft here. So Omar Norman Lott is your second round pick. Let's go to the third round.
Round 3.
DJ Giddens, the running back out of Kansas State. All right, so looking at a lot of running backs, looking at some of the ones that the Cowboys are looking at early here. This just seems like something that the Cowboys would do. We have the Kansas State O-line coach here, Coach Riley. And if you saw an interview with him, go look it up. He speaks very highly of DJ Giddens, saying that he's a humble player, team first mentality. And when you turn on the tape, man, this guy, I just started watching him, and I am very, very impressed. He has good size, 6'1", 220. Very shifty, very good balance. He reminds me of a mix of, and I'm going a little bit old school here, so he reminds me of a Julius Jones mixed with a Ricky Waters. You know what I mean? Just very shifty, the legs, the power, the pass catcher. Okay, so Cowboys, that's kind of one of their requirements to be a franchise type of running back, to be in the lineup, in the stable, the back. They prefer the well-rounded running backs. Okay, so if you're looking at that, DJ Giddens here in the third, I'm crossing my fingers that he even makes it here, because what I just said, what he reminds me of Julius Jones mixed with the Ricky Waters. Those guys went early. Those were second round type of picks. So do you wait to the third to get the running back? And do you think will DJ Giddens be there in the third? I'm crossing my fingers there. You know what I mean? I was very tempted to take him there in the second round and go another position in the third round. But DJ Giddens is the pick. I think if you put him into this lineup, you're gonna be very content with how the offense is gonna start to shape up, with a very good running game, with DJ Giddens playing with his O-line coach, and just this type of mentality that the Cowboys want to have running the ball here. You got Clayton here from Arizona, who like to run the ball, pound the rock, and then Connor Riley, teaching his techniques. You got Cooper Beebe, a reunion there, and then you have Deuce Vaughn, who will really show him how to be a pro. Deuce Vaughn hasn't had an impact here, obviously, but he does do the things the right way. This might be the perfect fit for DJ Giddens and the Cowboys. Just a lot of familiarity here, and then to have Deuce Vaughn in here to take him under his wing, show him how to be a pro. This sorts of things would be icing on the cake here. Okay, but that's the 3-round mock draft. Let me know your 3-round mock draft. Like I said, if you were to go in this scenario, okay, these are scenario drafts, take your defensive end first, and then let me know what your next 2 picks are. Okay, that's all we have today, guys. See you for the next one. Peace.
Yeah, old school, baby.